Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and the Beautiful official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Richard is out this week sailing the high seas, so Candice steps in. I'll be discussing the problems with the most recent front-burner plotline of Bold and Beautiful, offering my opinions on the details and dropping clues about next developments. Even though it made us chuckle to see where the authors were taking Bill and Poppy, I support the retcon romance. Who else would pop an edible in Il Giardino? Poppy is an entertaining character, and Luna, who is obviously going to be exposed as the kid Bill never knew he had, is delightful. Yes, it's absurd that Bill finds out he has a third grown child, just as he did when he found out he had Liam and Wyatt, but it should be justified by the notion that the magnate would feel possessive of the young lady who is seeing his rival's son. Additionally, Bill previously had a relationship with Poppy's estranged sister Lee, which will undoubtedly cause tension between the siblings once more when Lie learns of what is happening. We're here for it, given how heated things were during the last time Lie and Poppy, Penelope tangled. Even though it's good to give the younger generation some attention, I don't think the RJ/Luna/Zend love triangle will work. Many viewers objected to the manner this version of RJ was presented, since we weren't given enough time to get to know him before he took center stage. Instead of leading to acceptance, this usually causes opposition. Then he was thrown into a lightning-fast relationship with yet another new character. After spending a week together in Eric's living room, Luna and RG were declaring their love for one another. Nevertheless, they are undeniably a charming and by now well-established pair, which is why Zend cringed when she invited Luna to a covert romantic supper. As he teased her about not being engaged, I found it really awkward to see her attempt to depart nicely. And when he planted a kiss on her lips, very unsettling. To be honest, she had the option to report him for this inappropriate behavior. Were we meant to be enchanted, curious? Although this behavior is nothing new for soap operas, if that was the intended outcome, I wasn't left wanting more of Luna and Zend. Social media users of Bold and Beautiful are questioning WTH. Since Finn has made it his full-time job to defend Hope from Thomas, disregarding his patients, the fact that he professes to be completely focused on his own family, yet we never saw this type of intensity directed on Sheila, is one of the most perplexing parts of this new obsession, not even when others were urging him to take action and deal with her. Furthermore, Finn's treatment of Thomas places him in the company of a long list of Bold and Beautiful hypocrites. While he expected his wife to give Sheila, who has fared worse than Thomas, some leeway, Finn won't even consider the possibility that a man receiving treatment could have changed his life. We might almost understand Finn's fervor if there was an obvious and present danger, but he is going crazy about a stranger who entered his office, who Steffi said him had a grudge with her brother, and who has no fresh proof. In addition, his spouse has informed him that the police have previously looked into the matter, closed it, and requested him to give it up. It makes no sense for Finn to keep on after this at Xander's suggestion. When Xander asked Finn, "What are we going to do about this?" it seems so ridiculous. After all this time, they're going to get together and accomplish what? Bizarre. Next problem, the whole thing's plot-driven nature. Not only is Finn acting strangely, but Steffi is as well. If this were all in line with her character, she would be furious that her husband is acting as Hope's protector. She has been there, done that, with Liam so many times that this would be quite upsetting. Rather, Lie is the only one who has ever mentioned it. It irritates me that the attempt to generate tension, now that Thomas has proposed to Hope, is so obviously motivated by the narrative. Supporters are criticizing it. It goes without saying that the goal of all of this is to strain the bond between Hope and Thomas. When that occurs, it will be interesting to see if Thomas truly is converted, or if he turns back to the bad side and pursues Finn. "You will never be with Hope as long as I live and breathe," said Finn to Thomas. "Ever" seemed to me like an invitation. It doesn't seem good for Steffi's hubby if Thomas does turn evil again. The Thursday, January 13 spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful tease that John Finn Finnegan pushed Steffy Forrester to directly question Thomas Forrester about his involvement in Emma Barber's death. Although Steffy didn't think this was worth the effort because Thomas wasn't at fault, she complied with Finn's request in the hopes that it would resolve the matter. When Lee Finnegan seen Steffy storming off, he questioned Finn about how things were going, but he played down his argument with his spouse. Lee became worried when she discovered that Finn was defending Hope Logan from Thomas. Lee gave Finn some advice, saying that he shouldn't get overly fixated on protecting Hope, especially in light of Hope's complicated relationship with Steffy. Lee was reassured by Finn that his family with Steffy came first, and that he would never do anything to undermine their relationship. Nevertheless, unless shown otherwise, Finn would always be cautious with Thomas. Hope proposed that Thomas stop by the cabin later for a bit more collaborating at Forrester Creations during Thursday's B&B episode, and Thomas thought it sounded ok. Thomas thanked Hope once again for helping him grow into a person deserving of her affection. Hope kissed Thomas after he pledged he would never give up on their future together. Afterwards, Steffy reported that she discovered Thomas by himself in the CEO's office and that Xander Avant had spoken with Finn once again. Steffy shared the information as Finn forced her to go there and asked Thomas again if he knew anything about Emma's passing. Thomas acknowledged that Xander was correct to label him as a person of interest, but Steffy questioned if any of Xander's charges were genuine. Thomas insisted he was exonerated and the matter was settled, even though he was sorry Emma had died. Thomas said that this was a needless accident and made a suggestion that Emma had been texting while driving. That clarified a lot, but not everything Steffy offered. Thomas agreed with Steffy when she stated that the whole truth had to be revealed. At the cabin, Hope arranged a romantic table ahead of her evening with Thomas and felt the ring he gave her as she flashed back to Finn's warning about him. When Liam Spencer arrived, he saw that Hope had arranged to meet Thomas tonight, so he was relieved that she wasn't wearing underwear this time. Liam eventually convinced Hope, who appeared preoccupied, that Xander Avant had returned to the city. Liam believed Xander was making Thomas' life extremely difficult and didn't think Xander's severe charges were out of the question. Hope defended Thomas as a different person, pointing out that he had been exonerated. When Liam finally saw that Hope was wearing an engagement ring, he inquired as to if that was the true object. Hope said it was none of Liam's concern, but he understood that she was unable to say yes and that it wasn't on her finger. Liam hoped Hope would see how much this relationship was hurting her and end it before Thomas injured her again, even if Hope maintained she had just not said yes yet. Hope attempted to end the conversation by claiming that Liam had also harmed her and that they had both moved on. When the conversation redirected to Xander, Liam questioned why he was there at all and what Xander stood to gain if his charges were untrue. If Hope was acting like Xander had a grudge and needed someone to point the finger at, then who better than Thomas? Liam mocked Thomas for being the victim in his story, but Hope became enraged when he mistook her. Hope said she didn't need or desire protection, despite Liam and Finn's best efforts to do so. Hope only wanted to get on from that trying time in her life, but Liam forewarned her that as long as she remained with Thomas, she would never be able to move over Emma's passing. Liam was certain that Thomas could do anything, including causing Emma's death, after everything he had put them through. Hope scowled back at Liam, holding the ring on her chain. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Hope and Thomas romance will face further obstacles. Follow along to find out if they succeed. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.